Guys, we have some seats here on the right-hand side. Here, here. What? Again, a really good way to start. It was exactly the same yesterday. So, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Nissan Z employee event. Another round of applause. So, it's honestly so nice to see so many of you here today, and on top of that, most of you are wearing the Z t-shirt, and it's absolutely beautiful. So give yourselves a round of applause. So we've officially launched the all-new Z right here yesterday evening at a gathering attended by VIPs and media. And today, we are thrilled to share this unique experience with you. We hope that you've enjoyed the journey that we created for you so far, and most of all, that you're very excited for what's next. To kick off our event this morning, I'd like to invite Johnny to take the stage, please.
Very good. Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. I definitely cannot compete with you, Muriel. Thank you very much. So very pleased to be here today with you guys. It's a very important event for me. We're launching a new car. We're adding a new car to the lineup, so that's something to celebrate because a lot of people worked behind this, a lot of investment, a lot of energy. So very important that we celebrate. This is the third time in a year that we get all together. In October 2021, we were at Expo 2020. We were showcasing Aria all together. In December, we had the privilege to have Ashwani Gupta, COO, under Al Wasl Dome at the core of Expo 2020, launching Patrol 70th anniversary and Pathfinder. And today we're launching an icon, Z. So in a year, we went from Aria to Z. So a pretty good job, right? Well, when we come to Nissan Next, transformation, our region is a good example of transformation. But more importantly, the launch of new products is core to Nissan Next. So this is the blood of our performance. So now, we probably have one of the freshest lineup across all automotive industry, one of the largest across all automotive industry, from Magnite to Patrol, Leaf, Aria, very soon Z, and many others, with brands, Nissan, Infiniti, and Nismo, plus many powertrains, from 1 liter, 3 cylinders, to 5.6 V8, full EV, many batteries, and e-power. Manual transmission, automatic transmission, 9 speeds, so you name it. So I think from that point of view, we are in a very good shape, and we should all be proud and confident about the blood of our performance, the product lineup. So now, coming to Z, we launched Z in Australia 1 month ago, and we already gathered more than 1,000 customers, 1,000 orders with money down, and they are waiting for their cars, more than 1,000. So outstanding performance there and outstanding launch. So Z, like Nissan, it's in our DNA, so Z is culture. It's about emotional design, it's about performance, and it's about authenticity. So this is why we are very pleased to have you all here this morning, as Z is part of the culture, and we're going to have a very good sequence of education about heritage, about culture. And thank you, Tamura-san, for being with us this morning. He's going to do a fantastic show for us. You're going to really enjoy. And this is, for me, the most important, is how we build culture all together. Now, as we have just finished a half year of our fiscal year, H1, I want to thank each and everyone, sincerely, for the contribution to the global results. You saw that the company is well on track to Nissan Next, is positive. Thank you for the contribution, to the dedication, and more importantly, to the attitude. We are going through an unprecedented environment, crisis. I don't want to name them because I want to be positive, but the way we're going through this journey for me is fantastic. So that's why I really want you to enjoy this morning, this event that we made for you, for me, and for us. Thank you very much. Enjoy.
So I don't want to compete, neither with Johnny nor with Muriel. So good morning, everyone. It's really great to be here today and to have everyone from AMIO, NMEF, Infinity, and even we have our colleagues from Saudi Arabia. So some of them are here. And also we have a live stream. They can join us online. This is really a very exciting few days for us. And yesterday, we have marked a significant milestone for Nissan in the Middle East, a region that we have been serving for almost 70 years. And our relationship in this market is based, number one, on the trust that we have with our long-term partners. Number two is on the product lineup that meets the needs of our customers. Number three, and the most important, that we have a great team like you, dedicated and committed to deliver excellence. So really thank you for that. And in line with our Nissan transformation or next transformation plan, we have launched a series of new products in the past 2 years. I tell you, during the pandemic and everything we have gone through, all the external challenges, we were still able to launch, and yesterday we were counting 7 new cars. And this is really something that is outstanding. We have also driven some strategic partnerships. Yeah? And one of them, as you know, is the Expo 2020 Dubai. And now we're really also trying to push our boundaries. At NMEF and Infinity, we have a clear ambition, but also we have set a new vision for Saudi Arabia where we are confident that we will be able to unlock the growth potential. So since 1956, we have been delivering innovation that excites through our products, our technologies, and our services. And we continue to make the aspirational accessible to our customers. Can you go slightly more fast? Using our DNA of being an innovative challenger, we keep improving our cars and simply actually make them more fun to drive. But how do we achieve this? By building our products on 3 main pillars. Number 1 is heritage, 2 is the design, and 3 is the thrill. So first comes the heritage, and our cars and the Nissan's automotive legacy is really inspired by our Japanese roots, but more important is also decades of experience. Second is the design, and our design direction focuses on creating simple yet a striking look for our products that we bring to the market and even at the global level. So our products do dial up the joy of everyday driving by bringing excitement to our customers. And perhaps the most perfect combinations of these 3 pillars is why we are gathered here today. Our own, and this is our legendary, the Nissan Z. Let me show you a small video. So as many of you probably know, the Z enjoys a reputation that as a car that is built by car lovers for the car lovers. And while it has been really beloved around the world, it has a really special place and status here in our region. And as we look later at the new chapter of the Z, we have continued to, actually, the people have really continued to build blocks to define what is the new Z will be. And it is based actually on the three pillars that we have mentioned, which is the heritage, the design, and the thrill. And these have really found I would say, the founding experience of what we have seen today. So your journey really began with the heritage when we go also trying to go through the streets of Japan and Tokyo in particular. Today is really to give you that feel of our heritage. Also, when you went to the second phase here, you have seen different generations of the Z. This is also to show you that we have seen from generation to generation. So, but anyway, now I don't want to spend too much time talking. I really want to keep the next step. And now I want to officially introduce to you the all-new 2023 Nissan Z. All very happy and excited to have you here, Tamura-san, with us. Yeah, we know that you are the godfather of the Z, and with your passion, and really, I'm sure that the team will feel it today. So thank you for being here, and the stage is all yours. Yes.
Sabah Hulheir. Ohayo gozaimasu. And good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, today is so nervous. Yesterday, I was not so nervous because just a journalist. But you guys are my colleagues, very important for the stage. Actually, I spent this company already almost 39 years. So, thank you. Maybe, probably, I am the oldest man in this room. Maybe? Oh, by the way, over 60 years old. Sorry to ask the age, but over 60 years old. Oh my God, only me. That's why for Today's, don't listen carefully. Just the old guys of the pub talk, okay? But I'm sure my pub talking is very important of some history or heritage for like a Nissan root, DNA. Please touch about for this some hint or a spice zone for the life or for your job. This is my happiness for today's of the target or purpose. So, Tenny-san said, heritage. What is heritage? You know, what is your origin? I'm not talking about for some nation or root or something like that. Of course, this is very important. But for me, do you know this car? Hakosuka Skyline GTR. Hakosuka Skyline GTR, and of course, today's theme, Z. We call in Japan, Fair Lady Z. Coincidentally, this car of the sales start from 1969, 53 years ago. I was just 7 years old. So, the 7 years old kids got a so striking impact from those two tops. Means, what should I need to do for the next? This car inspired me, imprinted so many big, some energy. And also, I need to ask to you guys, sorry, like a slightly general question, but what is your dream? What is your dream? You don't need to answer now, but to think about something, dream word. What is that your dream? Then also, we are the automobile company. We have to ask, I have to ask sometime, what is your first car? First driving car. It's also okay for motorcycle, but anyway, something like energy, not your, running, not your hood. Some different energy to use to transport. Then you get some energy. By the way, was it supercar? Was it sports car? Probably sometimes just a boring sedan or daddy's car or something like that. But that's your first memory was so striking, I believe. And my one was also so striking. That's why we are the automobile company's employee. We have to think about for this fundamental first step because we have to understand the customers. Now, I saw the dream by this Skyline GTR 1972, the super raining, but 50s winning shot timing. That was like the decision of my life. Because I decided to go Nissan, I decided to, I want to create the Skyline GTR or Z. That was for some big imprinting point. So, maybe sounded nothing, but anyway, for it normally, this YouTube said, very heavy raining, Fuji Speedway, and for some gigantic, like an overall bank. Oh, by the way, I was there, the first corner of the bank, 10 years old. That was so, almost the winter type of the temperature, 5 degrees, very cold. But my heart was so hot because Skyline GTR screaming boom, in the bank and the drifting about for racing driver whose name is Kunimitsu Takahashi. Maybe you don't know. But also, this Kunimitsu Takahashi inspired to the Keiichi Tsuchiya, who is the drift king, Dori king type of the guys. So many, like pay it forward, the energy by energy to consistency to continue about for this work. 50th anniversary show. By the way, my biology, not so important, but simple to say, 84, 38 years before, I started my career in Nissan. Then, some strange car, I did that. Because of my task is how to make a surprise, how to make a happy face as much as possible. That's my favorite, how can I say, dream or intention. Sometimes I made about for, this is internal, so don't say about for outside. Disneyland type of the special car, we call limousine of the mouse type. I made those cars. Probably those Skyline or GTL, those are the current my status zone. But I'm sure, again, my stance is very important for the customer happy face. And those are my babies. Oh, sometimes I did a very regular car. That's why I could understand about for Maxima. Then actually, that was my first visiting in Dubai or Alaba or even Saudi Arabia, because American people didn't use the over 100 mile. I cannot say about for outside, but a long time ago in Saudi Arabia, super high speed, somebody did that. Then in this case, the customer was using about for very high speed. In this case, development stage for a good car, probably the Middle East circumstance, atmosphere is so nice. That's why, let's go to the Gulf, GCC country, to understand about for some drivability, so on, so on. But anyway, for the long story, I need to cut off. The other my face is, I love tuning. Especially, I built up so many engines. The other face, I was salesman. The sales is sometimes different attitude because some, product planner said, I am the product planner. I am control the, how can I say, the car direction. It's sometimes bullshit. You guys is more important. Yeah. It's not lip service. It's not lip service. I know about for a real salesman's attitude. I could not escape from customers. Customer complained to me so many times. Is that my fault? It's company's fault. It's Nissan plant fault. It's Nissan engineering fault. But I had to apologize. Customer, I'm very so sorry. I will catch up about for this issue and I will figure out. Always, I said, but these are the very important, my experience. That's why I believe and I want to contact with you guys directly. That's why the reason I came to here. But anyway, for a long time ago. Then I would like to proud in Kanagawa Prefecture, one of the big city, Tokyo, and second stage in Japan, Kanagawa Prefecture. I was fourth place in 400 salesmen of fourth place. Not so good? No. For many salesmen had already so many customers. I'm jumped in about for beginner, but the first year and second year are already reached in the 1%, sales result. But anyway, for my point is, thank you. Important point is, I wanted to make sure how I have to create, I have to plan for good sales car for the reality in product planning side. Sometimes product planning side made about for some own story only. They don't think about for customer faces, customer happiness. But the value creation standpoint, how you can understand about for real customer or region by region That's the very difficulty, because sometimes it's a paradox. American said like that. European said like that. Oh, Chinese said like that. Oh, sorry, Middle East said like that. Those are sometimes a big differentiation. But this fundamental some goal to struggle joint together, that's our job. Please understand, and my point is how you can real discussion, real debate as much as possible to do in the team by team. That's today's very important message. Anyway, for this kind of sales by marketing or frontline, after sales, everybody please understand together of the reason or why did you do that like that. Listen, be careful. Oh, by the way, the other biology, that was my first car. Unfortunately, not GTR, but the Kenmeri Skyline. And don't say about for my hairstyle. It's for 40 years ago of the, bad boy style. Anyway, for so many, Skyline or a Z, before Nissan, already I'm keen to know about for a Nissan stage. And now, 33 years old, but still I'm keeping about for Skyline 32, this car, and 600 horsepower. Oh, by the way, I could buy about for 240 ZG after the Kenmeri Skyline. And I learned, what is that? Fog lamps. Crazy. I had to keep the space of radiator airflow, but I cover because, cool design. But unfortunately, so many times I got the radiator trouble, heat temperature trouble. I was beginner, by the way. That's why the cool design or the reality of functional face, those are the very important balance. Sometimes ideal styling is the failed type of the styling. But I learned in 40 years ago. The other guy I would like to introduce, he first car bought about for Z32. It says 93, yes, almost 30 years ago. His name is Makoto Uchida, our CEO. And look at that, funky guy. I said to Uchida, oh, you are so funky, like me. So you should pay about for money for Z. Oh, Tamura-san, it's different story. What? What is the different? The same. Life is gamble. But life is sometimes, it's a very transparent or a consistency or a story we have to think about. You are the executive, especially Nissan high status of executive. But jump in. Please jump in. The customer happy faces. But the other hand to say, the other additional benefit, the employees' value, employees' happy face, you will be able to see that. I'm sure. The Z is our heart. We must do that. This is a real story. You can confirm for Uchida. But anyway, for that guy, finally approved for our Z. Yes, by the way, this is for Japanese brochures. It's a book. It's a hardcover. It's a slightly old-fashioned style because recently, don't print, don't use the wooden material. You know what I mean? Save the energy, save the earth, save the planet of the material. But for me, this is a very important bedtime story for young kids. For the mommy said to you, go to bed, get to sleep. But, you know, in the nighttime, oh, someday I want to buy Z. Actually, this was my, you know, child, you know, elementary school or that kind of kids. Yes, the one page I put on this one is a employees message page. This is for Nissan Z or GTL relation peoples of the face with Z. But most important point is again, it's not employee. Of course, I respect you guys. We have to think about for an internal point. But the important for me is the most important is not executive. Yeah, sometimes we have to follow about for your guidance. But the customer is so important. You know what I mean? So this kind of customer is so important for me to have a next step of energy. That's why my brushes is always put on some priceless happy faces. Sometimes marketing people complain to me, Tamara-san, why don't you use about for such a kind of no meaning page? We need to have some more, the brusher style of the page. Come on, it's bedtime story, right? It's no meaning for the brushes number something 0 to 60 time or so on and so on. It's very important treasure for young people. So, I think about for maybe I have 25 minutes, so I need to skip more than. Yes, I said to the customer, so the Z-Con, which was held in American, some Z lovers of the place, so many times, so many years. I went there, and many people said to me, Tamara-san, you are charged in GTR. We know that. But come on, please give us about for next some Z of the happiness. So many times they put on a knife of here. That's why I had to consider deeply about for these cars long time ago. Then Japanese loves to talk about for this kind of Fair Lady Z together to the one place of like a big cars and coffee. 1,500 cars were gathered. Then you, every region, borderless, seamless, language is different, culture is different, but the same car of the energy gather and made us happy faces. That's a sports car, I believe. Remind for you, Fair Lady, one of the executives saw in some American musical, My Fair Lady. That's the starting point of Nissan Fair Lady Z in 53 years ago. And we sold out 1.8 million units for global. 1.8 million. So huge. And those are the history. We had some roadster in the past, but the starting of, again, Z came from 1969. 50 years ago. Some development stage, we put on some F30 of the stylish design. And this design of some unique point, I'll show you later, but the backside is so unique. Oh, by the way, this window tunnel of Pama plant, we install about for a big, giant wind tunnel for the facility. And the first of the development car was Fair Lady, Z car. And small spoiler already existed. Can you recognize small spoiler in the back? The same as today. The same fundamental problem we had, by the way. And some spy shot is always there. That's why for some strange, like a station wagon type of the hidden, style, we did that. So, the Z is what? Or sports car is what? I always said to the team, First, this car must be a nice, very cool design, sleek design. Then second shot, performance. And third, maybe good sound. But the most important is how you can feel about for Zness. By the way, I said to you, even we have the other hero, GTR. GTR is more functional attitude. I always said the left brain, oh, for you, the left brain is, here, left brain. Left brain is the logic brain. Right brain is more emotional brain. So simple to say, GTR is mobile suits, like a big energy to control by some electronic intelligent system, human of some systems. But relation is more, I'm a commander, you are my extension, do it. That's the GTR with driver's attitude. But C is more dance partner. So, breathing, smell, everything is the same eyeball. Sometimes, if your leading is bad, the car will upset with you. That's very difficult or a dangerous animal sometimes, two-wheel drive. So that's kind of, beauty, or, yes, I said the beauty and beast. And this dance partner is one of the mature company or mature people can handle. That's very important message. Now, this project started from 2017, not after some shock, before the shock. I cannot tell detail, but anyway, for this kind of so many struggling points, I broke through. Then, some executive said, no, we don't have money. There is no square V. It's a mid-term plan. We don't have. Come on, let's do that. Still, this kind of struggling way, the Nissan DNA said, yes, that's why we could make about for some feasible study. Even Alfonso Albaiza, who is the leader of designer, I knocked him in office, and Alfonso-san, please make about for nice styling. I don't want to make it just a sentence or just a fancy document or PowerPoint. PowerPoint is sometimes no meaning. More important is stimulation of right brain. That's my style. That's why I made about for 414 pages of the sketches. Actually, that was 5 times bigger than for regular car. And 40, 60. To be honest, some executives said, don't do a 2 transmission. You have to merge 1, like a Supra. Now, Supra we didn't know about for Supra situation at the 2017. But I was sure we have to have stick shift for dance partner. It's not time trial car. GTR, I said, functional. Logically, stick is slower than 2 pedals. You know that. But we need to enjoy about for dance. So in this case, time attack is no meaning for this sports car. That's why we need to have a dance partner, a very important solution. And I said, look at that, Mr. Executive. Oh, we cannot stop here. We cannot stop. They decided by themselves. I didn't say anything about for only Nismo. Base car is more lower ratio. But now, in the States, in Japan, the customer reaction over 50%. Over 50%. Fine, thank you. 5 years ago, nobody believes about for manual transmission over 50s, majority. That's for our sixth sense of prana, of the experience. Sometimes switch, assignment is too much changing, is you cannot make about for a specialist. That's why some spice zone, keep it as much as possible. That's my today's the other message. Anyway, go to the for styling contents. Z, again, for important is one of the long nose, short deck of stereotype authentic approach. But the more important is some uniqueness. This character line shows downgrade. Normally, sports car attitude must be a wedge. Wedge meaning front section is a more lower height and back is so high. This kind of attitude is normal sense. This car shows like a downgrade. But this means to squeeze down of the energy, then make a crouching start of the bang by rear section. That's the very unique attitude, like a Bentley effect. Please remember, not only for katana shape, it's some character lines with squeeze up, squeeze down, then make a different animal of athlete of the muscle. Sorry if you love the bodybuilding, I respect bodybuilder, but bodybuilding is like a show off. But this energy or muscle is more real muscle, athlete muscles. The two, rectangle of lamps is retro-modernism. I need to skip because of I have to stop the presentation. But anyway, for so many contents, we put on a retro-modernism, not only old-fashioned. It's some technology is new, which came from like a motor shows car. And grill, argument was happening. First reaction was horrible. Tamara-san, why didn't you put on the motif of original base car like that? We need to have a bar. I know. That's why we made a bar for a customized proto, like that. Unfortunately, that is not working for cool down system. I told you, I learned the fog lamp is cool, but the cooling system standpoint, the natural aspiration of previous 3.7 liter versus 400 horsepower, twin turbo, twin intercooler, water cooler system with engine oil cooler, with transmission oil cooler. So many cooler. We should open about for functional. That's why for the bar, it's still not working. Anyway, that's the result. Sometimes we have to tell about transparency for the customers. Mr. Customer, I know what you say, but like that. And front lamp is like that. It's for one of the lens cover, reflection is the motif. That was for original Z of the lens cover. And the new technology for prism type we install. And functional tachometer with some REM match, which is a racing driver whose name is Tsugio Matsuda, made for us about for this hint or idea. The digital approaching with analog approaching. That's the metro modern of these car of the fundamental points. Then color lineups and interior lineups. Actually, from now, it's almost the detail I have to explain. But today's, thank you very much about for listening about for my old style of the approaching. And if you have some detailed question, please let me know. I will tell you everything for you guys. But remember, the important point is like one of the for flashback memory, the young kids, young generation of your heart, please keep as much as possible. Because, again, why did you come to Nissan Of course, I'm not pushing about you guys of you have to be loving, fall in love with car. I didn't say so. But mostly, please understand to your job or your friends, your neighborhood, your colleague to respect as much as possible. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Not Q&A. Okay. Thank you.
So too was car number 11, the Hermann Schuller car, another 240Z.
And now to Nairobi, where the 19th East African...
My name is Edgar Herman. I won the East African Safari Rally in 1971. They say it's the toughest rally ever. Let me tell you something. They're damn right. When the heat is 60 in the shade, you have to be tough. When the next stop is 200 kilometers away and there's no one to help you, you have to be tough. When you have no GPS, in the middle of nowhere, you have to be tough. When sand enters every pore of your skin, every piece of the six-cylinder engine of your 240Z, you have to be tough. When you know that only a third of the competitors, of your friends, will cross the finish line, you have to be tough. When madness is surrounding you, you have to be tough. And when giving up starts to be an option, you have to be tough. Trust me, you never know how tough you are until being tough is the only choice you have. Oh, and one last thing. To become a legend, you have to stay tough. Trust me. You never know how tough you are until being tough is the only choice you have.
Okay, thank you, Johnny, Thierry, and Tamura-san. Johnny, if you'd like to have a seat. Thank you very much. So we do have about 5 minutes for a Q&A session with the employees. If you do have a question that you'd like to ask, please raise your hand. One of our team members is going to bring a microphone to you. Please state your name, your function, and your entity. and let us know who the question is directed to. The floor is yours. Don't be shy. We have a question from Charles.
Tamura-san. I hope we have enough time, but can you tell us a little bit more about the 432Z and how it came about and what was the story behind 432 specifically?
Car geek. Too much car geek.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, actually, nobody knows about 432. Today, I skip about for 4 valves or 3 carburetors or 2 valves. Because yesterday, audience also could not recognize about 432R. But anyway, some long history, Nissan bought the Prince company, M&A. The reality is with the energy of some, or technology, some part, which came on Prince company, which was the previous of Skyline route or origin. Actually, so Skyline and Z were different companies approaching. But anyway, my point is 432 is one of the Z in install of the GTL engine type of the special we had in the past. But again, sorry to say that, so what? It's a car geek bedtime story. Most important is, again, I told everybody the collaboration is good keyword. Collaboration? Like a good sense. But I said, struggling of joint. This is a more, let's fight together. That's the real job. That's, everybody did that. And in the past, we did that for fighting for the customers. Is that a good answer for you? Thank you.
We have another question from Samir and then from Mina.
Kamura-san, hi, my name is Samir. If they'll come to you and tell you we're gonna change the car to Z, to electrical car, what will be your reaction? And they'll kill the engine.
I cannot say compliance issue because internal. Yeah, you have to ask about for your boss, right? Because if you need about for the other next step, you can ask to your boss. You have to respect about for organization, not like me. Sometimes I jump into the directory, Ashwani-san or Uchida or those area. Too bad, because of the in-between people was upset with me. You know, you have to understand that each other has a functional. It's like a theater, king or slave. It's a role in theater. It's a movie actors or actress. Don't misleading. The human of above or lower, it doesn't matter. That's why I said, please respect together. They guys had a very hard task. Always, the executive side, I always recognize about for Tamura-san, we executive so tired. You guys is just to do about for this level of the job, but we had so many tasks like that, like that, like that. That's why in between type of the me, I recognize about for a high status of the super executive of the struggling point. But even I know about for, let's say about for those level of the guys of the complainant or something like that. But again, the bridge, some guys, same as me, my style of the stage, if you have some power, you have to connect as much as possible. That's conversation. Interactive conversation is so important like today. I believe so.
The next question.
Sorry. Answer for you. Everything is why not? Why not? And more clearly to say, If customer keen to have electronic or hybrid, why not to do that by us? This is for depend on customer voices. But still, I believe my stance, customer didn't say anything 5 years before. Tamura-san, give me electric car for sports. They didn't say so. Even hybrid, oh, no, thank you. They said so. That's why many people challenged to me, Tamura-san, should we need to add a hybrid system or something like that? No, 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 no. Because customer, 100%, they didn't say anything about for hybrid. That's why pure, the gasoline engine are installed.
Thank you, Tamura-san. There was a question from Mina. And then Desh.
So, good morning, Tamura-san. I'm Mina from Marcoms, and my question to you is, I know parents don't like to admit that they have favorites, but maybe they do. So which one out of the generations is your favorite Z baby and why?
Which one of all the Zs is your favorite, Tamura-san?
To be honest, sorry to private question. Did you get married? Do you marry?
No.
No? But if you have a son or a child, and it has a sister or brother, do you like an elder son? Do you like a younger daughter? Do you want to ask to such a question? To be honest, for me, especially Z is the first job for me for chief. GTL, more than 34 Skyline GTL, or sometimes I did that in the past. But the job standpoint, the first job of Z of Keymax. That's why only for me, the other car were the heritage or histories. I love all of car. But to be honest, I could buy first 240Z, base original 53 years ago of the car, and Z31 or S130. Those are my Z car histories.
Okay,
Not
thank
so good
you.
answer, but sorry.
I think we have time for one last question, and Desh on the first row would like to ask one. Please, Samantha.
Hi, my question is to Thierry. Yeah.
You can ask me in the office. Why you want to ask me here?
I think in the region we do have the legacy of G. How do you see this product, contributing towards the brand moving forward in the region?
I think, as you can see, as I said, 7 new products that we have launched in the last 2 years. And every product have added something significant to the brand, but also has helped us to really, because we are looking at different target audience, has helped us also to adjust our customer experience. I think definitely this is one great product we keep talking about. How do we get youth and young people into the brand? This is definitely one product that will help us to do so. And it's not going to be just about the volume. It's going to be how we position it in the market and how do we ensure we leverage the halo impact that it has to our audience and make sure that it transpires across the brand. So this is really, really important for us.
Okay, guys, that's unfortunately all the time we have for the questions. Tamura-san is going to stay with us for the next hour, a little bit less. You can ask him questions. Thierry and Johnny will stay with us a bit longer. You'll always have time. And now we have a little bit of a surprise for you. As you know, every single party, or there cannot be any single party without cake, right? And so we're going to bring in a little cake of our own. Please join me with a round of applause. So we'd like to ask Tamura-san to please hold the knife and together with Johnny and Thierry to do the honors of cutting our cake. Just give us a couple of seconds. Okay, gentlemen, please join us to do the honors of cutting the cake. A round of applause, guys. Thank you very much, Johnny, Thierry, and Tamura-san. It's a real cake, Tamura-san, and we're going to eat it shortly. Round of applause, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. If you'll just stay with me 1 second. Guys, there's a very important thing we need to do all together right now. We'd like to invite you to go to the Z Museum because we're going to take a big, massive photograph with every one of us and all the Zs. So please join us in the Z Museum and the photographer will guide you. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Hello everyone. Hi guys, we don't have a lot of time. I'm sorry. Can we stand for a group photo, please? Okay. Who's taking the picture? Who's taking the picture? Can you tell the people how to stand? Can you tell the people how to stand? Relax. Just let them know how they stand, right? Or tell me, I will tell them. It's fine. Guys, can we squeeze a bit next to the car? Squeeze next to the car a bit. Backwards, guys, please. Backwards, guys, backwards. No, don't cover the car, please. Don't cover the car. Yes, from the mirror is fine. From the mirror. Your starting point is the mirror. Where is this guy? Is everyone in the picture? Okay. Guys, please focus with me for 2 minutes. After that picture, don't move. We're gonna do a fun video where everyone can say Nissan Z with a smile, okay? But we have to take the picture first. Guys, you're covering the car. I'm sorry. Okay, it's fine. It's fine, it's fine. Just here, yes. Yes, leave. Who is seated? Guys, can you also please be seated so the other people is showing? Johnny and Terry, don't sit down. You can be standing, yes. Oh. Huh? Is everyone? Yes, we will come. Everyone in the picture. Okay. Thank you all very much. Now you get to enjoy the venue. The cake will be served outside. We have here a gaming area in the backside if you want to enjoy some gaming. Thank you.